Hey, friends, how's it going? Hope you are doing well. And something tells me that this audio is not working. 1 second. Let me figure this out. Is it working? Can you hear me okay? Hey, can you hear me okay? Write catch up in the chat if you can hear me okay. Because based off of this microphone thing. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. I don't know why the microphone is not spiking, so it's showing that it's not really working, but apparently it's okay. Okay, if it works, it works. Awesome. Um, Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy 8 p.m. And thank you for being here. Jonathan Rakenya, good to see you on. Jonathan Mendez Ochoa, good to see you on. Jared, Caitlin, Emily, John, Maria, and yes, yeah. So thank you for being here again. Real quick, let me clarify what happened Monday. So I did post a notification that there was not going to be a live stream. You didn't see it, so please forgive me for that. I don't know what happened, but I did post a notification last minute, like maybe 15 minutes before the live stream. Yeah, I just decided. Yeah, I came back from a long trip, so I was pretty tired, so I decided to take it off. Per Jonathan Rakenya's suggestion. As you can see, I am wearing a You Matter t-shirt. It's if you have been seeing the You Matter design, I know it's different from the other design, the original design, and again, that's because there was a printing, a difference in printing. So it's small logo in the front, and then the big logo on the back like that. Okay, so that's what's going on here. I hope you're all doing decent. Let's see here. My day today was pretty good. It felt good coming back from a good weekend. I went to Vegas this weekend to celebrate my friend's, I guess, getting married soon party, also known as a bachelor party. So it was fun. It was fun. It was engaging. A lot of good vibes, and probably one of the best weekends I've had in a while. And I'll say that definitely helped me kind of, I don't know, I guess get back on track a little bit more. And I think because I had a good weekend, it just allowed me to focus a little bit more. I got a good amount of work done today, so excited. And there we go. Let's see here. Are we doing Q&A today? What's up, Seth? Yeah, sure. I mean, these live streams are really whatever conversations that you want, whatever directions you all want to go. I do try to keep it productive, forwarding. Let's try to improve our lives a little bit. Yes. Let's see. Jer, I'll let you think about it. I will. Yeah. I'm gonna not answer that question, but you can figure that out. All right. For reasons. Jonathan says 2 questions. Any cereal? Yes, I did. I did have cereal. You're funny bringing that up. Let's see. Vegas. What did I do? Honestly, not too much gambling. I did super minimal, like literally like $2 just for the sake of trying it or whatever. Honestly, it was just a lot of hanging out with friends, eating, and spending time together. That's what it was. Yeah. So it's great to see my high school friends. I haven't seen them in a while, so yeah. Isaac says, "Hope you had fun at Vegas. I know what you did there. Don't have to hide it. I was there." Sweet, Isaac. I'm glad you were there. Yeah, I know. We're hanging out together. Hey, what happened to what stays in Vegas? Or what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, Isaac? Why gotta be like that, huh? Did I win anything? No, not really. I didn't win anything, nor did I really lose much either. Seth says I might change my name to the Doge YouTube Gaming. Nice. Let's see. Kayla's way to go risky. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not in a place in my life where I want to lose money. So I definitely, yeah, I was just doing for fun, but nothing crazy. Mm, awesome. Um, so I already mentioned this, but I would say one thing I learned this weekend is that sometimes when we allow ourselves to like just, how do I say this? When we allow ourselves to, I guess, have fun, recharge ourselves, and get away from work, for many of you, it'd be schoolwork. Sometimes that can refuel us and I guess remotivate us to get back on track. I don't think it's a permanent solution, but I think taking breaks is very important to kind of recover our energy and make us want to focus. Wow, what am I saying? Make us want to focus again. And I don't know. That's something that I just felt. I think I felt pretty burned out in some ways. Constantly just thinking about work and having this pressure of feeling like I have to keep working. So this weekend was nice to just kind of get away from work and do something different. So going back to you, I guess in a way, if this applies to you, maybe sometimes you too should take breaks too, away from schoolwork and stuff like that. And one thing, again, I think it's really important for us to figure out what motivates us, what moves us forward. For some people, I don't know. It's hard for me to speak. For some people, it could be relaxing, whatever it is, playing video games, watching YouTube, whatever it is. In my opinion, from my own personal experiences, I feel like doing those mindless activities, mindless slash fun activities, such as watching YouTube videos, playing video games, whatever it is, those kind of things, I feel like sometimes are draining of, I don't know how to say it, not productivity, but like this feel, internal feel. I think playing a little bit is fine in terms of like to relax and unwind and stuff like that. But when I play too much or watch too many videos and stuff like that, I think that it becomes draining and I get tired afterwards, if that makes sense. So I guess balance. That's from my own life experience. I don't know you. I don't know how you watching videos and playing games and whatever it is work. I don't know how that works for you, but that's how it works for me. Alrighty. Let's see here. Jer says, I have 4.0 in school in the first trimester. Is that real? How? What do you mean? Because you just started school? First trimester? What? You've been in school for what? A month? Let's see here. Jonathan says, Richard, I'm better that I'm guessing than you in Fortnite 1v1 on a mobile. All right, Jonathan. I don't doubt it. I'm sure you are better. Let's see. Seth says, me and my parents went to Las Vegas for a few days, I think 2 years ago. We stayed in the Link Hotel and did some fun kid-friendly things. I also got to experience VR for the first time. That's awesome. If you did some kid-friendly things, you probably went to Circus Circus or Excalibur, which is I went to Circus Circus. Yeah, I played some. What is that? Like carnival games and stuff like that. Mostly watch my friends play. Yeah, because I didn't want to spend money. I'm cheap like that. But it was pretty funny. It was funny. Like, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm laughing because I had a friend who really likes the y'all know the where like there's a whole row of like contestants and then you gotta like roll a ball and the more points you get the faster your little horse travels across the board. So there's like 18 people and then you got to compete for the first place, and then if you get first place you get a prize, and the more people there are the bigger the prize is. So my friend kept playing that over and over again because he was like, I mean, he was pretty good, but there's an inside joke, which was he's like, I'm the second best horse racer in the world. Why? Because like he was doing really well, and then this little kid came up, like little kid, and he completely schooled him, like just completely kicked his butt. And yeah, so now he's the second best horse racer in the world. Yeah, I don't know. It was funny. Excalibur's pretty cool. I haven't been to Excalibur in a while. Yeah. Funny enough, I'm actually going back to Vegas for a business conference in like not this weekend, but the next week. So yeah, a lot of Vegas, a lot of NorCal. I'll be flying up to NorCal this Sunday. So yeah, a good amount of traveling. Anyway, enough about me. How are you all doing? And how's school going for you? I know school just started. I'm always curious to know how that's going. And by the way, I do want to know, along with how school is going for you, what do y'all think about the shirt? Just curious. So let me know your thoughts about the new You Matter shirt. Thank you, Sarah, for designing this. Yeah, hopefully it's decent. It's pretty comfortable. I'll tell you that much. Very comfortable. Let's see here. Got some kid. Some what? Kid got Tapatio in his eye and started screaming. I'm sure I would be screaming too if I had Tapatio in my eye. That sounds pretty painful. How do I feel about the update on Fortnite? Let's see. All I saw was some grapple hook gun thing, which I think that sounds like something I would use because I'm a very passive player and I don't like to fight, so I'll just keep running around and yeah. Sweet. Isaac's doing homework. Are you really doing homework? What? That's awesome. Good for you. Let's see. Mine's better, but it's good. I'm wearing Paw Patrol shirt. Nice. Caitlin says, I think it's absolutely fabulous. Awesome. Good stuff. Let me see here. So what do I have to say now? Yeah. I guess yeah, I'll announce a little bit more about how you can get these awesome shirts. By the way, the little Instagram drawing is I have yet to announce the winners actually. So I need to do that. And I will do that tonight. Just so you know. I will have a little bit more updates on the shirts and how you can get them probably next live stream on Friday. So just so you know. That's all. Yes. Let's see here. Goodness. What do y'all want to hear about? I'm trying to be insightful. I have a somewhat insightful conversation here. I have some ideas of where I want this conversation to go, but yeah, we'll see. Let's see here. Arnav says, "Have you failed in life?" Are you asking, have I ever failed in life? If you're asking if I've ever failed in life, 100 billion %. Everyone has failed some point in their life, and we always continue to fail. You know, it's failure. There's nothing. Failure is not a bad thing. Failure. There's a phrase: failure leads to success, and it's absolutely true. Like, I don't think anybody ever did something amazing without failing. If that's what you're asking. Let's see here. So, yeah, like I'm thinking about Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, like, you know, whatever. I know I'm talking basketball here, but like, you don't become successful without failing. Like, straight up. I'm gonna talk about myself because that's the easiest way to share a story, in my opinion. So let's talk about me and speaking. You know, when I go speak, you know, it's not like I succeed every single time. In fact, I mess up every single presentation. You know, my presentations are never perfect, and I always strive to be perfect, or at least the best I can do. But it's always, you know, just doing the best that you can, even if you fail. Yeah, so I failed plenty of times in my life. If you want to know more, you could ask me questions. But yeah, it's okay to fail. It's really about learning and growing from your failures and improving upon them. That's success. Everett, what's up from Sequoia? That's awesome. Everett says failure is success and progress. I 100% agree with that. That's a you're pretty bright, especially for a sixth grader. Caitlin says I used to live like 3 blocks away from LeBron James in Ohio. That's awesome. Yeah. Um. What? What do you want to talk about? Like, I have my own topics around school. Like, would you all be interested in hearing about I guess kind of what I'm learning from students around, the different types of school. Do you want to learn about the different types of schools in California? Like all the different types of schools I've been to, this different students. What are the, like, I've been to over 100 schools now. And every single school has a lot of similarities, but also has a lot of differences depending on the area. Do you want to hear about that? Or do you want to talk about food? Yeah. Isaac's school's whack AF, and it's so fake I can't wreck anybody in my school. I'm the smartest there. Sweet. You want to talk about food? Let's talk about food. So food. Oh goodness gracious. Yeah. So tell me more. What kind of food do you want? I have thoughts about food already, but I'd love to hear from you. So, tell me more. Okay, so Jonathan wants some orange chicken. Sweet, good stuff. Let's see. What do I want? I want some carne asada tacos. I think. I definitely did not eat 5 pounds of meatballs. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for calling Isaac out on that. What happens in Vegas? Kaylin says I just got this amazing crunch wrap. Oh, Mel, was it the best crunch wrap ever? Nice. Oh my goodness. Crunch wraps, like from Taco Bell, right? Hey, so crunch wraps, how much are crunch wraps right now? Aren't they like $2.35 or something like that? $2.50, $2 and some change, right? For a crunch wrap. So I remember, did you know when they first came out with crunch wraps? And it wasn't even that long ago. I mean, it was decently long ago, but 5, 6, 7 years ago. I don't remember. But did you know when they first came out with crunch wraps, they used to be $1. Like when they first came out, I was like, dude, this is the best deal. Like I remember when they first came out, I'm like, this is delicious. It has everything. It has like the crunchy tostada thing, and then it has the burrito wrapper, and it has a bunch of stuff inside of it. And they sold it for $1. And I'm like, dude, if you're gonna sell it for $1, I'm gonna take advantage of this. So I knew it was gonna be limited time, so I just I bought it a lot. This is years ago, and yep. Next thing you know, a few months later, they raised the price from $1 to like $1.80 or something. I'm just like, come on, yeah. But Crunchwrap is pretty good. I haven't had a Crunchwrap in forever because I'm cheap. I go for cheap stuff. But I hope it was delicious. Seth says, what is your favorite color? Mine is blue. Do you like DC or Marvel? Mine is both. And finally, what is your favorite console company? Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. All right. So, color. Oh, goodness. Aesthetically, like visually, I like blue. However, red has been a favorite color of mine because it's symbolic. Yeah. Marvel and Nintendo. Those are my answers. Ooh, chicken Alfredo. That sounds delicious. What is the most I've ever eaten in one sitting? How do you even quantify that? Like, goodness gracious. Like I've eaten. Okay, so here's what I'll say. I don't know if you've ever been to like Soup Plantation or Sweet Tomatoes. It's a salad, pasta, soup, and pastry buffet. So anyway, when I went there as a kid, I used to stuff myself so much. I remember I think, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I had 7 bowls of pasta. 7 bowls of pasta at in one sitting, and then I had dessert after that. I loved pasta back in the day. I mean, I still do like pasta. I'm not going to eat seven of them, but when I was a kid, I could eat a ton. Yeah, I was a chubby little kid, so. Mm-mm. I'm hungry now. Brandon, what's up from Sequoia? Isaac's eating chicken with rice. Who remembers volcano tacos from Taco Bell? I do remember those. They were, I mean, I don't know. They were decent. Oh, Nintendo PC. Yeah, you got that right, Jonathan. Definitely Nintendo PC. If PC's considered a console in that list. Yeah, I mean PCs. Nintendo's definitely the first like console that I got involved with, and I played N64, Game Boy, all that stuff a lot. I don't know. I wasn't really a huge fan of PlayStation, like the original PlayStation growing up. My best friend had PlayStation, and I don't know. For me, it was just kind of boring. It felt too serious. Well, N64 is more, I don't know, it feels more lighthearted fun. So that's kind of why I like N64. You know, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, all the Pokemon games, stuff like that. Favorite Gatorade flavor? Oh goodness. The one that comes to my mind is the white one, Arctic something. I don't really drink Gatorade anymore. I used to drink Gatorade, but yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, the white one, Arctic Freeze. I'm just making stuff up. I don't know what's called. What if Nintendo made a PC? What? I don't know, man. What? College Junior Fruit Loop donuts? Interesting. Kaylin likes cake. Jonathan says, "Why is everyone talking about these donuts? Are they good?" Let's see. All right. What is okay? I got a question for everyone since we're talking about food. What is your favorite single fast food item? Okay, so for example, maybe your answer will be Crunchwrap from Taco Bell. So that's an example. What is your favorite single one item item from any fast food restaurant? Let's see. What is mine? Huh. I have an answer. It's not really my favorite. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. I'm gonna answer this question, but it's not gonna. I'm not gonna tell you my favorite one because I have to actually think about that a lot. The one that comes to mind first is the Taco Bell potato grilled breakfast burrito. I don't want to say it's my favorite fast food item, but I think that's an awesome deal because it's pretty decent size. It's cost $1 and it has eggs, potato, like pico de gallo salsa and cheese sauce, which is delicious. So definitely a great value. So that's that's a pick. Let's see. So Jonathan says Subway, Italian BMT, nice. Chalupa from Taco Bell. That's old school, man. Dude, Chalupa's been around forever. I remember when it came out in like the 90s or something. That was like a big deal. Not like it was like Chalupa all day. I haven't had that in a while. Let's see here. Who knows? Let's see. Right, Isaac. Right. I want to talk a little bit about money. Before I do, Jonathan says, remember 1980s version of Dragon Ball? Honestly, I never was a huge fan of Dragon Ball. Never really got into it. A lot of my friends got into it. And I'm surprised because I like animated cartoons and stuff like that. Growing up, I watched almost everything. Dragon Ball, something that I didn't really get into. I know. Do I remember old KFC? Of course I do. So conversation. I want to dive into a little bit about food and money and mindset. So this conversation stemmed from Vegas. So when I went to Vegas this weekend. There was already a pre-planned agenda or itinerary set for the whole weekend. Meaning we knew which restaurants we're going to. We knew what we're going to do. Everything was already planned out by my friends, other friends. We're all friends now. But so I'm a pretty cheap person. Okay, like I'm a very frugal person. I don't like spending money, and going into this weekend, it's Vegas. I figured that I'll probably spend more money than I'd like to, but I still want to keep cost minimal. Anyway, so they booked out some restaurants that were pretty upscale, pretty nice, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like I don't like spending money on stuff. But we ended up going to some restaurants, and like I already knew I was going to be spending more than I normally would on food. I'll just give you a number. Like normally, I like when I pay for food, I'm so cheap. I'm straight up cheap. Like my meals cost anywhere between like $2 to like most. I mean, I don't want to say at most, but like $2 to $7 usually. If I'm eating out with a friend I haven't seen in a while or whatever it is, a little bit more. But like this weekend, meals cost like some $30, $40, something like that. Why I'm mentioning this is because you know what? It was really nice. It was really nice for me to just let go of the whole money conversation, and instead of just like being like freaking out, like, oh my goodness, I'm spending so much on food. One thing that I'm learning, and I've learned a lot from my entrepreneur friends, is instead of focusing so much on saving money, I think the right mindset to have is focusing on making money. Because both ways, if you're focusing your energy on saving money versus making money, both ways you're going to use energy. So if you're focusing on saving money, the thing is you're not going to be rich. If you focus on making money, guess what? You have more opportunities to be rich because you're focusing on how do I make more. So that's something I learned from my entrepreneur friends. And so I guess in a way, I think this is what a lot of my entrepreneur friends called abundance mindset, which is knowing that everything is abundant in the world, knowing that there is enough money for everyone. There is a statistic, I don't know how accurate it is, but there's a statistic that says that if we divide all the money in the whole world, that every single person in this world would have $1 million, over $1 million. I am pretty sure that has some truth to it. But point is, there is enough money. So if you are someone who is, I guess, in a way stuck with money, I think focusing on making money is a good thing to do. Anyway, last thing I want to mention about this whole, money mindset, food topic is I think, I don't know how cheap you are. I don't know if you're cheap as me, but once in a while, I think it's okay to, I don't know how to say, like treat yourself out or buy something a little bit nicer. I think that it is worth the experience. And there's a fly in here. How did you get in here? You look like you came from... What? I'm confused. There's a fly that came in, but I have a screen. That's weird. Okay. So that's enough about that. Alrighty. Honestly, I don't know the difference between KFC back in the day versus today. Says phone is low on battery. Awesome. Oh my goodness. Jonathan says the Simpsons money can be exchanged for goods and services. You know what's funny? You mentioned the Simpsons. So one thing I did was, I don't know, I'm guessing very, very few of you have played this, but there's this really old school Simpsons arcade game. And honestly, like I don't know any arcade that really has it, but Circus Circus has the original Simpsons arcade game, which is like I think it was created in the 90s or something. I was so surprised they had it in the back corner. That's one thing I did. I played that game for the first time in like over a decade. Good memories. Let's see. Richard goes to the dollar menu at McDonald's for food. Sometimes I do. Although I try to stay away from fast food because fast food isn't so healthy. I could do what Peter Griffin did and buy the 100,000 lottery tickets. Nice. We get McDonald's tomorrow. How's it going, Richard? What's up, Justin? It's going well. Justin says, I have a live question to ask. Go for it. Caitlin says, I love my dog. My dog is great. Your dog is great, Caitlin. I agree. Jonathan says, which one? I've played most of them. Ever doesn't like Mickey D's. Nice. Yeah, goodness. Huh. Another thing I want to talk about. I'm just throwing out topics right now. I don't know how aware you are of this, but did you know that your environment greatly influences the person that you are? And did you know that there are ways to change the way you think? And I don't know, like it's weird. It's right now I'm just thinking about how growing up I used to live in a certain mindset, and I'm not saying it's wrong. I just had a certain mindset, and a lot of it revolved around, my mom being the tiger mom that she was, or just very strict and just very like wanting us to succeed academically. This is how you do it. This is how you become successful. You got to follow this path. And years later, after living on my own and whatever, having my own job, stuff like that, going off to college, all that stuff, I've started to realize that, even though my mom had a lot of great values, she's not always right. And I'm sure a lot of you have already figured that out, that your parents aren't always right. But I was someone who had a very strong mother figure. Thankfully, grateful for that. But yeah. I guess in a way, even not just parents, our whole environment, the people that we surround ourselves with. I think a lot of times we don't know, like the quote is, you don't know what you don't know. Okay. So we live in a certain bubble, our environment. So whether you live in Orange County or, somewhere in California, somewhere in New Jersey, wherever, New Mexico or Ohio, wherever you live, it's like, we all live in our own little bubble, okay? And all we can see is our bubble. We can only see our neighbors. We can only see, for example, like let's say you live in a, I don't know, we'll call it like a low-income neighborhood. All you're going to see are the people around you. Like those are going to be your role models that you base your, I guess, that you learn from. You're going to learn from their, whatever, the etiquette, you're gonna learn the different thoughts and philosophies of that neighborhood versus someone in a I don't want to make this about money, but in this case, let's say a higher income neighborhood. If you hang out with people there, that becomes your mentality. That becomes what you're used to. By the way, I'm not trying to compare, low income, high income. Like it doesn't matter. Humans are humans. I will say, and I don't know, I feel like this conversation can be read in the wrong way, but especially with this transition I'm going to give you, which is I realize like a lot of my friends, like I have friends who are very successful at what they do. I got one of my best friends is becoming a doctor. And she'll be making a lot of money being a doctor. And then what I realized is I've had a lot of privileges. Again, I'm not bragging or anything like that. I'm very fortunate, and growing up, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize how fortunate I was. I thought I was this poor family, struggling family, trying to make ends meet. And, now I understand that there is there's a huge how is it? There's a huge advantage to education. Like, I realize because I grew up in an environment, Fountain Valley, California. I grew up in an environment that was very academically focused. I look at my friends and I realize, oh my goodness, a lot of my friends, they have high paying jobs, and uh, their friends are all high paying jobs as well. Yeah. So point being, if you're in an environment that you don't necessarily like, or you don't feel like it fits you, or if you want to do something more than the people around you, just know that you have that ability to do so. A great example I see is I see a lot of young entrepreneurs, people who are, I guess, really young, and they don't want to be like everyone else. They want to do their own thing. And I see little kids making thousands, tens of thousands, and sometimes hundreds and thousands of dollars, even in high school, because they're just really, I guess, ambitious and they want to do something different. So point being is just be mindful of your surroundings and to not get stuck there if you want to be better. Yeah. I'm thinking about, I don't know. I was thinking about Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar from the LA Compton area. Not the best neighborhood, but he wanted to do something better. Like, he hustled, and now he's a pretty big name. And I know obviously a lot of artists have that hustle mentality as well. So anyway, you can do it. Alrighty, back to your questions. I'm doing too much talking here. Justin says, what would be your biggest tips on parents and their children not being able to come to terms on the child's future job? Oh, I see. Just future in general. My mom wants me to go to get a university diploma. I have my doubts for certain reasons. I want to go and work as a air traffic controller because it doesn't require a lot of skills and it pays well. We can't fully come to terms. Got it. Justin, honestly, that number one, that's a good question. And number two, I feel like that is one of those questions that there is no one right answer to. This is one of those, this is like a 100% opinion. You're not ever going to have 100% agreement from the whole entire world. Everyone's going to have their own opinions. That's what it is. So again, I'm going to summarize that. I guess what are tips on if your parents want you to do one thing, but you want to do something else and then you don't agree, then what? Who's the right, who do you listen to? What's the right person? Who's right in this case? It's really a huge balance. And then it also goes down to culture, principles, things like that. For example, if you're like my parents and you come from a very conservative background where the children are supposed to listen to what the parents say, then in that case, the parent would be right. But let's say you grew up in America where you value independence and, you understand that you only have one life and this is your life. So you're not going to live it according to someone else. You're going to respect them, but you're going to live your own life. In that case, you would be right to make your own decision of what you want to do. So who's right? And what do you do? I think there's a few things you could do. I think one thing is creating mutual understanding. It's creating mutual understanding, meaning having conversations, let's say letting your parents know why you want to do this. And guess what? I've been in a place where my mom has really shut my business ideas down a lot. I've come up with several business ideas and my mom just scoffed and laughed at me. She's like, huh, what? You want to do what? At one point of my life, I had this random idea because I wasn't making money back then. So I had this random idea. I'm like, I want to create a carpet cleaning business. This is so random. I've never ever told anyone this, but it was just an idea I had because one day I was carpet cleaning in my house. I'm like, oh, this is easy. Oh, what? You could charge people like $400 to rent this out and have someone do this? Like, oh, that's easy. And my mom just laughed at me. Like, she completely just laughed at me. She's like, what are you doing, Richard? I'm like, I'm trying to be an entrepreneur. Like, I want to start my own business. And she just laughed at me. So who's right? Is my mom right? That, you know, she's like, no, you don't want to be cleaning carpets. Like, that's not what you want to do. You know, like, who's right in this case? And in my opinion, I could see her concerns, but in my life, I want to do what I want to do. Okay. So, I mean, I am glad I didn't really go down that path. But I'd also be, if I did go down that path, I'd still be glad anyway. Why? Because really for me, it's about life experience. I just want to learn and grow. That's my MO, I guess. Like, that's what I want to do. Well, for my mom, her focus is money, 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 you know, stability, money, all that stuff. So yeah, who's right? I don't know. It's really up to each individual / couple arguing about whatever to decide that. So Justin, you let me know your thoughts. What do you think? So if your parents want you to go to university, but you don't want to, what would I do? Again, just have a conversation with your parents. And yeah, look, it's honestly, this is a really tough situation. If I were in your position, I'm not saying this is the right thing to do, but if I were in your position and my parents didn't agree with me, like, let's say I want to become that air traffic controller, but my mom says, no, don't do that. Like, whatever, that's not stable, or that's not safe, or whatever it is, you're going to breathe in too much air chemicals or blah, blah. I'm just making stuff up. I don't know her reasons why not. But she disagreed with me, but I'm like, dude, I really want to do this. I'm really passionate about this. Then if my passion is big enough, I'm going to fight my mom on it. And not like in an angry kind of fight, like fight as in like, I'm going to stand up for what I want to do. And at a certain point, it's like, look, Ma, like, I 100% respect you. And I know that you want me to do this. But I know this is my path and this is exactly what I want to do. Like, I'm 100% confident, whatever. And another thing is self-awareness. If you want to do something, you better make darn sure that you want to do that thing, instead of just saying, being half committed to it. You know, like, let's say you want to become a air traffic controller, but you know, sort of, but your mom says no. And then you're like, whatever, I'm not going to listen to my mom. And then you go do it, but you weren't really sure or whatever. And whatever, you screw up, then whatever, you wasted time, but everything's life experience anyway. So everything will be okay. Okay. I feel like I'm talking a lot. John says, and that's how Richard could have created the rug doctor. This is true. Justin, you're most welcome. Seth says, in December through January, me and my parents are going to Legoland in Malaysia. I didn't even know Malaysia had a Legoland. And if we do, maybe Universal Studios in Singapore. I didn't know they had a Universal Studios in Singapore either. That's awesome. Have fun, Seth. Early, have fun. John says, Richard going all 12 rounds and he's going to win with a KO. Nice. Let's see. Sweet. All right. Look, hey, I'm just waiting for your topics and questions. So if you don't got questions or topics, questions asked me, then I'm just gonna keep rambling on about whatever comes to my mind, which essentially is, what is that? Yeah, whatever is interesting to me. John says, wow, all caught up with comments. That's right, is because y'all are quiet tonight. I don't know why. Nam, good to see you on Nam. Nam says, I ran into this channel a few weeks ago, and this video just randomly came into my recommended list again. What's the channel about? This is we do live streams every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's live chats. We talk about life. It's a mixture. Let's see, there's 3 things. Number 1, we talk about just like, how do we improve our lives? And this is mostly geared towards students, middle school, high school, although we got people from like younger, older who hop on once in a while as well. Everyone's welcome. Let's see what else. So that's number one, life advice. People ask about. Honestly, this channel started off being focused about how do we improve our self-esteem. That was the main focus of the channel, and to me is still a very critical part of my passion and why I create this channel. That's number one. Number two, it's a community. As in, someone brought up, hey, let's talk about food. Okay, let's go talk about food. So we're here to hang out, have fun, and so that's number two. Number three is a community, but in this portion of it, I see this as a supportive community, a place to hang out, a place to improve ourselves, and I don't know, in a way, for me, it feels like a place of refuge, like a place where people who are maybe going through a lot in their life can just hang out with other people and improve themselves, throw ideas back and forth, ask each other questions, and ask each other advice. So that's it. That's it. So life chat, more life advice stuff. How do we improve ourselves? Fun life chats, and then / hangout, and then also just community, helping each other out. That's what this channel is about. Jonathan says, what did you do after you graduated high school? I went to 4-year university, University of California, Riverside. And then after that, after I graduated, I ended up, I had a job lined up as an executive team leader at Target. I got accepted for the offer, and then it got rescinded, meaning it got taken away from me. I was a little upset, but guess what? Life happens. And what happened after that? And then I went out after the job got rescinded. I had to go out and go find another job. Ended up searching all over the place, and it was stressful. And I felt really sad in that moment. I mean, I don't care now, but I remember after graduating, I felt kind of like a little bit like a loser. Why? Because I didn't have a job. And you graduate from college, you spend all this money. Thankfully, there's financial aid. But it's like you see all your friends who have jobs, and then you don't have a job. So you feel like something's wrong with you. So I think for 3-4 months, I didn't have a job. And then eventually I found a job. And surprisingly, working at NBC Universal, did that for 8 months. I was jobless again for a few months. And then I picked up a second job at Sony Pictures. I was there for about 1.5 years or so. And then after 1.5 years, I decided to quit. And I technically got let go, but I made that opportunity to do what I'm doing today, which is speaking and making YouTube videos. So, and I've been doing that for the past 4 years. So that's my life story. Jonathan's waiting for the day streams on #1 on trending. Good luck with that. We can do it. It's possible. It really is. Again, I'm laughing at it now because, as of now, there's no reason, unless I start talking about Jake Paul, this video is probably not going to be #1 trending. Yeah. John says, Richard, if you could work at TED full time, would you do it? No, I wouldn't. Yeah. The reason why, I think TED is awesome. The reason why I wouldn't want to work at TED full time is because I value my freedom too much for that. It's very hard for me to consider a full-time job because I don't want to be bound by work. My life is not about work. My life is about having fun, balance, and doing something that I'm passionate about. So, yeah. And yes, that's what I gotta say. What's up, Korean? Sorry, I can't read your name. Oh my goodness. We have Korean and Japanese in here. Korean. My mom, Korean says, I'm going to call you Korean because, sorry. My mom wants me to study abroad for high school, but I don't want to. She wants to send me to New Zealand, but my English isn't that great. I have to use Google Translate. Let's see. And then sad face, crying face. Well, let's see here. You don't want to go. #1. That's a tough one. What do you do? Especially with Asian parents, so I'm guessing. Yeah. Asian parents especially can be quite the dictators. Let's see. Number one, I don't know. That's tough. I mean, if your parents are forcing you to go to New Zealand, what can you do? My thing is, if you are 100% being forced to and there's no way you can get out of it, I would just say enjoy it. Like traveling abroad is honestly usually a pretty awesome experience. And you learn a lot from it when you travel overseas. But it doesn't help that you don't really want to do it. So, yeah. But, with every single situation, just make the most of what you have. Besides that, if you can, of course, talk to your parents. And I don't know, maybe worst case scenario, I'm guessing it's too late, but you could try saying, hey, I don't really want to go to New Zealand, but can we do this instead? Whether it's studying abroad somewhere else or, yeah. Good luck with that. John says, you could have worked on the next Spider-Man if you would have never quit at Sony. That's okay. I'm perfectly okay with not working on Spider-Man. I watched Spider-Man for free though. We had free movie screenings, which is pretty cool. Seth says, imagine if there was an actual simulator game called Thinking Simulator. LOL. That's pretty funny. Johnson says, what about a part-time TED speaker? Honestly, right now, I don't feel so like motivated in becoming a TED speaker or part-time TED speaker. I think that's a huge honor. I feel like that'd be a lot of pressure. Like, when I think about TED Talks, I think about, needing a TED Talk is a very specific, special talk. And honestly, it's a lot of work to put together a TED Talk. Why? Because you have to come up with a thought-provoking original idea. And I think for me, that's a lot of work to constantly come up with new speeches about different topics and make it super fascinating. For me, I mean, that's fine, but I do like focusing in one area. So, I mean, I'm down to get invited to TED Talks once in a while, but not so much doing it on a regular basis. That would be very exhausting for me. Yeah. I do like what I do right now because right now when I speak at schools, I focus on one speech, one craft, and then I just custom tailor that message towards each school. It does take work, but at least it's one thing that I'm constantly working on versus a lot of different topics that I'm working on. Jared says, when will you announce the winner? I will do that. I'll do that tonight. Okay. So right after this live stream, I'm going to, do a random number generator and, I'll post it. I'll post the winners on Instagram, probably the, what is that called? Stories, Instagram stories. And then I'll DM the 3 winners. Yes. Okay. Seth says, I always wonder how memes become a thing, even dink memes. Good question. Reddit. That's how memes happen. Where memes are dreams. More than dreams. Why are memes a thing as well? I don't know. They're funny. Jonathan, dude, I have no idea how the California fires, man. I hope they're doing okay though. Yeah. All righty. So what's new? What is new, people? Yeah. I will say I'm excited for this upcoming week. I'm prepping for a lot of speaking engagements, so that's always fun. It gets me. It's fulfilling. It makes me feel good to be actively pursuing and focusing on my speaking. It's a great way to help and see other people grow. Feels good, and yeah, it's, I don't know. Life is amazing in some ways. It's like, it's so cool to see how seeing other students like kind of shift their mindset, shift it from feeling like whatever, they're not good enough to be like, oh my goodness, I could actually improve my life. I can start taking action. I can start getting away from negative situations and stop doing negative things and start focusing on doing positive things that are going to forward my life. So with that being said, I don't know. I guess I just want to urge you all. I know you are all very much still young, as I am myself. But please do me a favor and please really start thinking about your future. Like, start thinking about what do you want to do. And, please be mindful of, how you spend your time. Like, life is too short to just keep doing mindless activities and wasting our time. I'm not saying like shame on you for doing this stuff. Like, no, like, relax. It's okay to relax sometimes, but yeah, like, really do take some time to think about what you want to do, and don't make it a chore. Don't make it a chore. Like, oh man, I have to think about my future. No, like, just enjoy it. This is your life. Like, do something that you're going to enjoy. Like, don't waste your life doing something you're not passionate about. Please don't waste your life at a job that you don't want. Don't waste your life in a relationship that you don't want to be in. Too many people settle for less. Too many people get into relationships that they don't really want to be in, but they're there because it's convenient, or they're there because they're afraid to break up with someone to hurt their feelings. Like, life is way too short to be living inauthentically and not doing what you want to do. So please just follow your heart, really. Like, just follow your passion, your bliss. Do what you want to do and stop robbing yourself and the world of your gift. Yeah. Like, seriously, I know a lot of you already. I see a heck ton of potential in this room, in this chat right now. I see a lot of potential, and I want to see you all succeed, and you all can succeed, and you all will succeed. One little quick thought before I read back into your comments. I had this thought, and this weekend, this is nothing super new, but this weekend, one of my friends said, when I was young, there's something that one person told me. One of my teachers said something to me that changed my life, which is confidence. Like confidence. If you are confident about it, you already won 50%. So all you got to do is just take action. The point is, even if you don't feel confident, if you just start believing that you can do it, that's already 50% of the battle. Another thing I thought is, try this on for size, this idea, which is, imagine if whatever you did, you could not fail at. So it's like, imagine if you wanted to get I don't know, go to Harvard or something like that. Imagine. So I started thinking about this concept, this idea, which is, have a mindset that you can't fail. Can you fail? Sure, maybe you can. But the mindset is that you're going to go for it. You're not going to hold yourself back, and you're just going to go for it. And I think if we keep that mindset of, we can do it, it's possible, like, that is going to help us achieve our goals. On the flip side, if you have a negative mindset, which is like, no, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I'm good enough to, talk to this girl or this guy. I don't know if I could get into Harvard. If you have all those doubts are going to hold yourself back. And then you could say that you are holding yourself back. Okay. So, whether you believe in yourself or not about a certain thing, know that you can do it. It's confidence is half the battle. So keep pushing, and yeah, make magic happen. Alrighty. Now let's see some of these comments right now. I saw a huge flood of comments. Okay, let's speed through this. Venomoth. Hey, what's up, Venomoth? Yes, I do remember you. Long time no see. It's been a while. Just as I had my first day of college. Sweet. Meg. School with Meg. I like that name, by the way. Meg says, "Hey Richard, you're so inspirational," and hashtag you matter. Thank you, Meg. You too. You matter as well. Hi, Kayla. Good to see you on. Thanks for being on here. Let's see here. Jonathan, have a good night. Jonathan's hopping off. So Kim Dain. Huh. Nice. Honey says, back from practice. I took a shower and water for stuck in my ear. Fun. It's still my ear. You're here. Thank you for being, dude. I appreciate you always like making the effort to be here, even when you have practice. Like that amazes me. Seriously, that means a lot to me. And I don't know, that's very special. It's like, I don't know, like who has a really busy day and is still willing to hop on for like 2 minutes every single live stream. Thank you. Seriously, that means a lot. Let's see. Now you don't have to call me Korean, but if you want to keep calling me that, that's fine. It's going to take, I'm going to be confused a little bit, maybe. Oh, Dain. Kim Dain. Kim Dain. Oh, goodness gracious. See, oh my god, that might take me a little bit of time to remember that, because especially because I can't read Korean. And what if someone else hops on with 3 characters in their name? Then what do I do? Hold on. I got you, though. Kim Dain. Dain. Alrighty. Every morning on school day, I just don't want to get up and go anywhere until I'm like ready and energized. Sweet. Seth says, I'm going to shower, go to bed. Have a good night, Seth. Let's see here. Sweet. All right. Sounds good. By the way, thank you for writing the @ sign, like addressing someone, because that allows me to not have to read all the side conversations, which is easier. Let's see here. Nothing wrong with blue collar work, and no one should look down on those jobs. I agree. Yeah, definitely nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's just, just make sure you're doing what you're passionate about or something that you enjoy, or if you have a job, make sure it's fueling another passion or some sort of something that makes you happy and joyful in your life. Or third option is find joy in everything that you do. It doesn't matter what you do, just enjoy everything. Yeah, I see some people who are the happiest people doing standard, just regular jobs. That's perfectly fine. Enjoy. All right, peoples, it is 9:03 p.m. here, Wednesday, September 5th. Thank you for being here. And I will, tonight, before I go to sleep, I will choose the 3 You Matter shirt winners. So 3 of you will be getting the shirt on Instagram. If you have not entered to win, at this point, it's too late. However, every single month, if you join us for Friday game nights, we do raffles once a month for a prize, so you can win one of these shirts. Just letting you know. Okay. And Meg says, hey, Richard, thank you for responding. I saw you somewhere before, and I hope you succeed, which you already have. Thank you, Meg. And success is very subjective. Everyone has their own definition of success. And I'll be honest, in some ways, you are probably right that I am successful. And in many ways, I still don't feel like I'm successful, which is kind of sad. I think we should all have that confidence of just like, you know what? We're in a good place or whatever it is, or we're getting better. But for me, I just feel like I have so much farther to go in my own journey of life. So yeah, I got to feel like I'm more successful than I actually am. Yeah. Again, financial pressures. Yeah. I don't feel like I'm successful until I have like everything set. I'm making lots of money and I'm booking tons of speaking gigs and I'm enjoying my life and I'm traveling and all this stuff, which is funny because I'm already doing half of that. But yeah, I'm still working on it. Seriously. All right. Honey says bye. Good night. Got school tomorrow. Good night, Honey. Justin, have a good night. Caitlin, have a good night. Nam says good night. I'll see you all next time. I'm very interested in this community that is being built, and I for sure plan to come back on Friday. Nam, thank you so much, and welcome to the live stream / community. And I love it. I love that we have the same people coming on all the time, the same core people, because you all matter. That's why you're here. Meg says bye, Richard. Good night. Okay, good night, everyone. We'll be on in 2 more days, Friday, 8 p.m. For live chat, Q&A, and then right afterwards we'll do game night around 8:45 p.m. So 45 minutes after the live stream starts. Okay. Yes. And Japanese, which is Venomoth. Venomoth, right? Venomoth says, go join Richard's Discord, y'all. Thank you. Although I must admit the Discord is a little quiet / dead. I am willing to engage if other people do. Yeah, that's all. Okay, take care. Good night.